Hello and welcome to another episode of Poolzcast. Today we are having the CEO of Unioverse. Welcome.
Hey, excited to be here.
Amazing. Please tell us a bit about yourself, what you do in the project and also your background.
All right. Well, I'm the CEO of Random Games and the Unioverse. I've been making games for as many years probably as anyone. So I love making games. I'm lucky enough, I've been involved with some really special projects over the years. I was involved with the first pre-rendered graphics in a game with Donkey Kong Country. Maybe take a step back. I was director of development for Nintendo for everything outside Japan. So I used to take the games from Japan, bring them to the West so people can enjoy them in the West and uh, rewrite the stories, etc. And then eventually I focused on at Nintendo just games that would bring a special element, what I call magical moments, something that's new and unique that would really drive the industry. So I really focused on some awesome, I had focused on some awesome teams, and we created games like Donkey Kong Country, which is the first pre-rendered graphics games, followed by Killer Instinct. We did the first mass market 3D game that was truly mass market called Star Fox. We did Mario Paint, which is one of the first user-generated content projects. So just trying to do really unique, innovative things. And then I left Nintendo and partnered up with a gentleman named Dave Jones, who's one of the top designers in the world. And the first project we collaborated on was Grand Theft Auto. So we did Grand Theft Auto 1, Grand Theft Auto 2, and then we sold our company just prior or during the start of Grand Theft Auto 3. And so then I went on to mobile games, and I did the first console quality game called Chronoblade on the mobile phone. And so there's kind of a pattern here. I try to pick and choose what I want to get involved with and try to do really special projects. So that kind of leads into the kind of the next question we talked about, which was the what is the game about and the background about for the project. And Wyeth Ridgway and myself founded the company. It was funny because the day we did our Toka launch, it popped up and said in LinkedIn, it's your anniversary, it's your 3-year anniversary. So I guess 3 years ago we founded the company, and we kind of talked back and forth. We were watching what was going on with Web3, and we're like, this isn't so exciting from a gaming standpoint 3 years ago in Web3. If I was to do a Web3 game, I would do this. And Wyatt is saying, if I was doing a blockchain project, I would do this. And we just kept debating back and forth. And then we were talking to Dave Jones, who's my partner with Grand Theft Auto and several other games. And he said, well, go for it. I'll put up the initial money. You guys go build a prototype and prove what you can do. And so what Wyatt and I distilled it down to is what would be that magical moment that would cause the Web3 industry to take off. And the Web3 industry was clearly lacking developers, clearly lacking top talent, and they were clearly lacking users. And so what was going to bring those individuals over? We narrowed it down to two things. One was kind of one of the holy grails in gaming, which is interoperability. So we've already had ownership in games, so blockchain ownership wasn't that exciting to us. It's only in games where historically it's can't sell the item only because the publisher won't let you sell it and would ban you. But we basically bought things and own things in games. What would be really cool is if you could have a hero, and that hero could go between games, and it could actually record the successes and your wins and your kills and et cetera, on the blockchain. That would be cool. Wouldn't it be cool if you could bring his favorite weapon in? And what if you could have a hovercraft or a vehicle go between different games? So you could have ownership with a purpose. You could have what I call kind of long-term ownership. You could really heavily invest and customize a vehicle, let's say, because and get attached to it and use it across multiple projects. So That was the first thing we thought would be a really magical moment. And the second thing we thought would be user-generated content. We're dealing with a community that's, developed, or that have been heavily involved in Minecraft and Roblox and other games that community can build and be involved with the game. So we wanted to do user-generated content to the next level. So think of us as a platform that's, the community can really build and contribute. So we did really high-end tools that empower the user to make some just fantastic looking hovercrafts. They'll be able to do heroes eventually. They can do swords right now. We'll have weapons. We have a starfighter editor that's coming out soon. So they can really make really cool AAA quality assets for the Unioverse and really feel a part of the universe and help create it. And then what's really important as well is how do you wrap it together? How do you build an IP that's exciting? And we came up with the idea that, we've built IPs. I built Donkey Kong Country and Killer Instinct and other IPs in the background. So we hired some world-class authors. We hired Brent Friedman, who kind of led the vision. And Brent Friedman, he wrote Clone Wars with George Lucas. He's written Call of Duty dialogue. He's written Walking Dead episodes. And then we brought in Kevin J. Anderson, who wrote the Dune series, did the last couple Dune movies. He's written 10 books and 13 other award-winning authors to help write an IP and a story that'd be very exciting. And so the fun part about our project is it's not my project, it's not Random Games projects, it's all of our project. And by that I mean anyone can use our stories. They can create their own comic books with our stories. They can create their own t-shirts. This is actually created by one of the community members. And it's all royalty free. It's a truly Web3 project that you can actually take our assets that we have. And on top of that, one of the most exciting things about the project is that we're opening it up to developers. So we just announced the Arctic 7 that's involved with us, and we're going to have other developers involved. And we've put about $10 million into the games that we've worked on so far. We're giving them all the code, we're giving all of them all the assets, and we're going to let them make their own games. And we're going to use the Unio token that we have to kind of power that engine and help subsidize those developers. So that's a whirlwind overview of the project.
Amazing. It actually answers some of the, other questions as well.
Yeah,
But I would like to jump to the question that you touched on. What is the token utility and, what's the benefit for users to hold your token?
Yeah, so with the traditional game, the game gets launched, it grows in popularity, and then it dies down. So I'm sure there's all the token sell-off is really right here. You don't want to get down here. What's interesting, I don't have a graph I can pop up. When you have a platform, like the Universe is not a game. That's the most important probably message from this whole talk is that it's not a game. It's a platform with a series of games, and it's open for all kinds of developers and community to get involved in. What that means is we launched Proving Grounds, which is our first title. Okay, people got really excited to play that game. Then we launched an editor that allowed people to make their own games, their own little games, and we're going to continue to expand that. And then recently in July, we launched the alpha of Hoverdrome, which is a very exciting esports quality hover bike type game. So what happens on the platform is we launch and the community grows, and then we launch another game and the community grows, and we launch another game and the community grows. And so the user base grows because once you acquire someone and they've built a really cool asset within the game, then they're always looking for more games to play with that hero or to play with that other bike. So it's a powerful mechanism to retain users. And so the utility the Unio powers creativity with us. So we have all these tools. You can build your own sword with your own sword effect. You'll be able to customize your hero. We're about to release the hover bike. It's already released to some in a beta right now, but it's going to be released to everyone where you can create your own hover bike and completely skin it. We'll have different models that you can work on with the hover bike. You'll be able to eventually tune the audio and tune the flames and everything. It's a pretty awesome editor. And these all let you edit to super high quality. So if you want to edit, and we have level editors as well, so the community can build levels. They can run their own contests. We will run contests as well. So So the Unio, every time you want to build something in the universe, you want to build a level and keep building it bigger and bigger, it's going to consume Unios. As the community wants to build hover bikes, it's going to consume Unios. And most of the projects right now, the communities are pretty small. The games that I build and our team builds, the people I brought to this project, they millions upon millions of people play those games. So that I assume as the community grows and we get more and more games, that the utility is going to go up enough for the Unio. You're going to use it to form, your own clans of individuals that get together and everything, and you're going to get special effects that you can't get otherwise, and special items that you can't get otherwise with the Unio. So we believe that's going to create a lot of. Sorry, need to take a sip real quick. Sorry. We believe
Oh,
that's going to take a lot of sinks for the Unio tokens. So I think it's really long-term play. And when you look at the tokenomics for our project, the treasuries is being sold over 5 years. We didn't do, a 6 month or 1 month, and this isn't a pump and dump in any way. We want those Unio to be utilized to dish out to developers, to provide incentives for the community, to build more and more content. And so this is, like I said, this is everyone's project. It's not my project or Random Games projects. It's all of our project.
perfect. Now, could you name some specific partners that you mentioned some, but specific partners, backers in both crypto space and gaming space that you would like to talk about them?
Sure. I mean, the first partner that kind of got involved with us originally was Polygon, and it's kind of a funny story. We did some collectibles. I didn't want to give out the whitelist for the first hero that we released. I wanted to give them out in a very public way. I think typically there's a lot of things that go behind the scenes, so they're not so public, and maybe a lot of friends give them. So we did a little collectible game, and it got so popular, we created over 1 million NFTs. And get a call from Polygon like, what are you doing? We don't even know what your collection is, and it's the largest, Polygon collection trading that there is. And so they got really excited when they heard about our project, and Polygon's invested in our project, so they're early partner. We use the Unity technology. There's a lot of other suites of technologies that we use. We have 6 developers that are signed. We've only announced Arctic 7, a fantastic sci-fi developer, but we'll be announcing the other ones in the upcoming weeks as well. I mentioned the collaboration with world-class artists like Brent Freeman from Clone Wars and Call of Duty Dialogue, and Kevin J. Anderson with Dune. So it's a pretty great collection of partners. I think it's one of the top kind of world-class projects.
Sure. And in terms of your upcoming next few months, do you want to share anything in terms of plans in your roadmap?
Sure. Some isn't announced, but I'll try to tiptoe around that and try to give you some insights. But literally, we have a slew of announcements to make. It's actually making enough time between each one so that they're impactful. So lots of fun things. It's important to note, like I said earlier, that we've been working on this project for 3 years and pretty much in stealth mode for at least 2 of those years. So we've built a lot that you haven't seen. So things that I'm excited for the crypto enthusiasts and DJs, we have a really cool PFP collection that's coming up shortly. We're releasing widely to everyone the hover bike editor for the hover drone game. We just ran a contest with Polygon with a $15,000 prize pool, and GSR, market maker, also put a 15K for a prize pool. We'll continue. We have some more big contests coming up. I don't want to announce the prize pools yet because we're still finalizing that. What else do we have? We have a series of heroes. We released 3 of our heroes in the Genesis form. There's other forms of those heroes. We've released Rayu, Krisha, and Torgret, and we'll release other versions of them, as well as 2 new heroes, and we have a villain as well. So the community gets super excited when we launch a hero, because that's kind of like your live action figure you get to play with. So when you get a Rayu character, you can drop the Rayu character into Proving Grounds, you can drop him into Hover Drome, and you can kind of build up the history behind that character. So on top of that, obviously we have additional games under development as well, and the Hover Drone's just in alpha, so it will be at the beta release and the full release of that as well. And another exciting thing is we have a Hover Drone editor, so people will be able to build their own course or their own arena that people can play in. And my experience is anything you can do that allows the community to build and to share is a good thing for the project. People tend to, if you build something, you want to share it. If you have a child and they do a picture, obviously they want to share it. If people build a good hovercraft, the first thing they tend to do, at least in our community, is post it on Instagram and X and everything and share it with all their friends. All those are really viral and help us bring more community members to the project as well.
Amazing. That's really cool to hear. Now, in terms of your community that you've touched on, any upcoming giveaway or campaigns that you're running that you want to share?
We have a questing platform that we've been working on that people were excited about because Unio. So one thing is we have an in-game currency called Protens, and so by playing our game and joining our contests weekly and everything, you get Protens. You accumulate Protens. If you buy you get our collectibles. We give out some free, and then some are with contests and we there's ones on OpenSea, the Unioverse collectibles. Those generate protons as well on a daily basis, which is pretty exciting. So people, the more that they collect from us and the more that they play, they generate these protons. And the protons, we have periodic events where you can come and convert your protons to Unio then to our coin. So it's that's exciting for people when that happens. We just had one in our community, super excited about they've grinded for a long time for our project and are able to get some value that they can cash in. We have weekly contests. We'll have big monthly contests as well. I'll be announcing those shortly. We have my PR team's going to get mad if I give away all the secrets that
No, no,
we're
I
doing.
understand.
One of the coolest things really is we have a Starship editor. If you check our Unioverse YouTube channel, you can see some starships. We've already leaked that being built, and they're very cool. And when the community gets their hands on them, the level of detail that they build into these things is just phenomenal. Like so far, we the top community starships, even our internal professional artists, haven't been able to build them as cool as the community. So it's super exciting. Get involved with our Discord. If you contribute to our Discord, you can get legend status. Legend status gets some benefits, and then if you're a top legend, we have a super legends category. So the super legends are beta testing the editor and stuff right now, the new editors for us. So if you want to get more involved with the project and get early access to things, contribute like crazy. Say I want to be a legend. I'll help the community, and if you do a good job in that, then you step up and you get some premium benefits as well, becoming a super legend.
Awesome. Now your token is already listed. Do you want to share with the community where they could get some of the tokens on centralized and decentralized exchanges?
Yeah, so the exchanges that we have right now, we have KuCoin, Gate, BitGet, Mexi, and coin.ph, and we're constantly being asked by other exchanges, but we've been a little bit overwhelmed with our TG this week, so we'll continue to roll those out on exchanges and make it as available to everyone as possible.
Awesome. So that wraps up the Q&A section of the AMA. First of all, thanks for that. Now, I just want to give you a couple of minutes if you want to share anything exciting, specifically with the Pools community about your project and your
Yeah,
plan.
I want to talk a little bit about some of the team members on the project. Wyeth Ridgway is a phenomenal CTO. He's built some outstanding technology, I think absolute leading edge Web3 technology for the project. He's worked on WWE projects, Pirates of the Caribbean, really big licenses in the industry, and is really known for being a fantastic back-end server. We have Tae Kim, TK, with us. TK founded a company called Enway, did phenomenal early Web3 stuff that was acquired by Animoca Brands. He was an executive at Animoca Brands, and he's joined us as president early this year. So he's phenomenal to have someone of that quality involved with the project. We have Eric Peterson. I'm not sure if you're aware of the Star Citizen project, but he's one of the founders of Star Citizen, still one of the owners of Star Citizen as well. He absolutely loved the Unioverse, and we started talking with him last year, and he joined our team as well, and he's going to head up a lot of the vision for things that the community wants to buy and contribute with and be a key voice for the community. So there's the amount of talent that we brought to this project is just fantastic. I think Stuart Jennett did the background that I have. He's one of the premier sci-fi concept artists in the world. He's from Star Citizen Project as well. He's worked on motion pictures and he's just a fantastic artist, individual, and visionary, and he's helping out building out the vision of all the different planets that'll be in our universe. And so you can kind of see with the sci-fi project, we're going to do fun things. We're going to have land sales, and we're going to sell planets, and we're going to mine planets, and we'll have really cool things for the project over time. So it's basically about how well we get supported. If people really support our token, then it allows us to utilize the treasury to hire more developers to get involved with the project and build cool things. So like I said, this is really, really your project. Everything. If you look at our tokenomics, you can go to uniocoin.io and take a look at our tokenomics and our light paper, and you can go to unioverse.com and check out the rest of the team members. We do some fun things that other projects don't do as well, because we have so many amazing artists and writers on the project. So we have, it may be hard to see with my background, but we have a whole series of comics that are released.
Wow.
Project. We have a graphic novel that's released. And then I'm really proud of this anthology with Kevin G. Anderson from Dune and Brent Freeman from Clone Wars contributing a fantastic story. So if you're a sci-fi geek, this is the project for you, because you can go to Amazon and acquire all these Unioverse projects, books and merchandise and stuff as well. And if you want to just make fun stuff like this to sell, you can just make it. If you try to make a Star Wars shirt and sold it, someone will be knocking on your door asking for royalties or get sued or stuff. For our project, we encourage it. We want you to take any of the assets we have. We dump them all the time on our website for people to use our assets and to resell them. And people are 3D printing the characters, doing lots of fun things.
Wow, really, really exciting to hear such developments in Web3. So, very excited for me and also for the community of Pools. Thank you for that. So that wraps up the AMA. And first of all, on behalf of the Pools team, I wanted to thank you for your time and wishing you all the best with the development of the project and the growth, of course, for the Unio token.
And we appreciate all the support from Pools. Everything was pretty flawless with working with you guys. You guys are a great team. Love the community. Jump into our Discord and get involved with the project more. Appreciate you.
Perfect. Thank you very much.